It takes a brave person to jump out of a plane at 13,000 feet. It takes an even more courageous individual to take that dive without being able to see. Well, you're going to meet such a person right now. Her name is Josie Paley, and she's been suffering from partial blindness for 28 years. But in spite of her handicap, Josie's going to jump straight out of a plane and into a miracle. Josie Paley is part of a large and loving family. She has a very close relationship with her father, Anthony D'Ambrosio, and her 4 brothers and sisters. Josie's children and grandchildren dote on the woman they call JoJo. Unfortunately, Josie has been fighting blindness for many years, knowing that one day she would not be able to see the family she loves so much.
Remember when you looked at me before?
They all enjoyed it.
When I was 16, I lost the sight of my left eye. There was no pain, no warning. The sight just went. My parents took me from doctor to find out what was wrong, and nobody can come up with anything. They didn't know what it was. Some said it was a detached retina. Others said it was an occlusion.
Whatever it was, it left Josie blind in her left eye. But that did not stop her from living a full and active life. She married, raised a family, and was always ready to try something new. And then she received devastating news from her ophthalmologist, Dr. Dinesh Chawla.
We did a thorough examination of both of her eyes, and we discovered that there was a 100% blockade of the main blood vessel of the back of her left eye. And this is where her blood vessels got clogged up. And this is the eventual scarring we see as a result of the blockade. And we discovered that there was about 75 to 80% blockade of the back of her right eye.
He said, I believe that the occlusion has now gone over to your right eye. And he said, you must prepare yourself for total blindness.
And now, facing the complete loss of her eyesight, her brother Pete D'Ambrosio decided to give his sister a gift. And so, on July 19th, 1992, he took Josie to a skydiving exhibition at the local airport in Batavia, New York. Josie thought it was just another fun family outing. She did not suspect that her brother had an ulterior motive.
He said, Jojo, you have the courage to jump out of an airplane.
I thought that would be kind of nice for JoJo to skydive because at that time she was actually going blind, and I thought it would be an impression that would be burned into her mind that no one could actually take away.
And I looked at him, and at the precise moment that he said that to me, I had a vision. And I saw myself leaving the airplane, but it was too frightening, so I just discounted it. He kept asking me, he kept repeating. He said, Jojo, you can do this. Finally, I just looked at him and I said, Pete, I need a sign from God. If God wants me to do this, then Dad's going to be home.
Josie knew her father was going to be out of town that day, so when she phoned his number, she was confident he would not answer. To her surprise, he picked up after the 3rd ring.
I screamed, and the poor man didn't know what I was screaming about because he had no idea we were even at the airport. And he said, Jojo, what's wrong with you? I said, Dad, I gave the boys my word that if you were home, I would jump from an airplane.
Josie had received her sign. The 45-year-old grandmother was about to make her first parachute jump.
I'm nervous.
I had never done skydiving. I had never even watched it on television. So I had no idea that you went up 13,000 feet.
Arch, look, reach, pull. Coming back tomorrow.
And ignorance is bliss because I had no idea there was a free fall. I found out every detail about skydiving in the 4 hours I was on the ground, waiting to board the aircraft.
Josie approached every challenge in life with the same strong determination. Even the knowledge that she might soon be totally blind did not defeat her optimism.
I've always had a lot of courage. I believe that whatever you want to do in life, you could do it. I brought up both my children with this very nice saying, you can if you think you can.
Arch, look, reach. Where is it?
I believe that your attitude is everything.
We get to go on first. I'm not sure why.
Electricity in the ladder now.
Because you're coming out last.
Good luck,
luck, Jojo.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck, Joe.
Despite Josie's adventurous nature, once she was on the plane, she had some second thoughts.
I was trying to calm myself down because I was very nervous. My heart was pounding. My stomach was bothering me. I had butterflies, and the airplane was very, very loud.
And then, when the plane reached 13,000 feet, the moment of truth had arrived. Josie and her instructor would be the last ones out of the aircraft.
I'm falling at 125 miles per hour. Your body is circling around. I was afraid I was going to die on camera, and I wanted to give some sign to my children. And my daughter and I and my son, we all believe in threes, threes being the Trinity. So I just kept doing the threes. And at the same time, within 5 to 10 seconds, I heard this very large pop in my head. And the pop was very loud, and then there was this excruciating pain. And I'm going around in circles. And I'm thinking, I'm dying. I really believed that at that point I was dying.
Josie wasn't dying, but that pop she heard and the pain she felt were not normal for skydiving. For now, though, there was a landing to be concerned about.
See it, Pete?
Yeah, that's her right there. I did it!
Josie felt a sense of accomplishment. She'd met her brother's challenge and conquered her fear.
I was so scared, I just stood there like this. And all of a sudden, he took off.
But Josie may have conquered more than just her fear that day.
I'll tell you, I popped something in my eye.
And the following morning, Josie woke up to a miracle.
I sat up, still thinking what a good job I did. I was so proud of myself. And my room seemed larger to me. Unconsciously, I covered up my right eye. 29 years I had not seen from my left eye, and I saw everything. I realized that it was a miracle, and I was afraid that maybe it was going to go away.
Josie immediately contacted Dr. Chawla.
She had called me on the phone. Dr. Chawla, a miracle has happened. She said, I can see, I can see, I can see.
Dr. Chawla was stunned with what he found. The blockage in Josie's right eye had disappeared. She was now seeing almost 20/20, and the vision in her left eye had improved to nearly 2200 for the first time in more than 29 years.
Partial blockage usually leads to a 100% blockage and eventual loss of sight. But in her case, it was unique, it was different, it was miraculous.
Having a miracle happen to you is a wonderful thing, because now I'm able to see my grandchildren grow. All the people that I love. I will be there when they graduate. I will be there. I would have been there anyway, but I will be there to see them. I can walk outside now and appreciate flowers. Flowers are beautiful. Clouds are beautiful. People are beautiful just to watch them grow from year to year.
It's important to note that neither Dr. Chawla nor Josie Paley recommend skydiving as a cure for blindness. But Josie still can't help believing that for her, on that day in the skies over upstate New York, a miracle was definitely in the air.